Non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. We will memorize the non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors in two parts. In Part 1, we will cover doravirine, efavirenz, nevirapine. In Part 2, we will cover atravirine, rilpivirine, dapivirine. Let us memorize non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors Part 1, which include doravirine, efavirenz, and nevirapine. Associate. Here we will associate the heading and drug names with common words. None should remind you of non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Doraemon, the popular Japanese cartoon character, should remind you of doravirine. Eiffel Tower of Paris should remind you of efavirenz. And Navy officer should remind you of nevirapine. Revise. None for non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Doraemon for doravirine. Eiffel Tower for efavirenz. And Navy officer for nevirapine. Recall words. For efavirenz, the word is Eiffel Tower. For doravirine, the word is Doraemon. And for nevirapine, the word is Navy officer. Recall drugs. Eiffel is for efavirenz, Navy is for nevirapine, and Doraemon is for doravirine. Story. Now we will create a story to link these words together. The story is: None and Doraemon visited the Eiffel Tower guarded by a Navy officer. The sequence is None, Doraemon, Eiffel Tower, and Navy officer. Visualize. See this picture and reinforce the linking story that we discussed earlier, which was None and Doraemon visited the Eiffel Tower guarded by a Navy officer. Here, None reminds you of non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Doraemon is for doravirine, Eiffel Tower for efavirenz, and Navy officer for nevirapine. Now pause and try to recall the story and the image. Let us now recall non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors Part 1. They include doravirine, efavirenz, and nevirapine. Let us memorize non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors Part 2, which include atravirine, rilpivirine, and dapivirine. Associate. Here we will associate the drug names with common words. Eatery should remind you of atravirine. Real juice should remind you of rilpivirine. And diaper should remind you of dapivirine. Revise. Eatery for atravirine, real juice for rilpivirine, and diaper for dapivirine. Recall words. For rilpivirine, the word is real juice. For atravirine, the word is eatery. And for dapivirine, the word is diaper. Recall drugs. Eatery is for atravirine, diaper is for dapivirine, and real is for rilpivirine. Story. Now we will create a story to link these words together. The story is: A Navy officer stood at an eatery selling real juice and diapers. The sequence is Navy, eatery, real, and diapers. Visualize. See this picture and reinforce the linking story that we discussed earlier, which was: A Navy officer stood at an eatery selling real juice and diapers. Here, Navy officer reminds you of nevirapine. Eatery is for atraverine, real for rilpivirine, and diapers for dapivirine. Remember, Navy officer or nevirapine links Part 1 and Part 2 drugs. Now pause. Try to recall the story and the image. Let us now recall non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, Part 1 and Part 2. They include doravirine, efavirenz, nevirapine, atraverine, rilpivirine, and dapivirine.
Pause the video now. Write the drug names from memory in the comments. Don't re-watch. This is how real memory is built.